Welcome back to another custom tactics video. Today's the 4-3-3 fourth variant custom tactics and formation. So let me just change this up to the formation here. And I've already done the custom tactics and instructions. These are pro player top 200 in the world. You can see the formation we have here. Probably the most attacking variant of this formation in the game. We've got two centre mid, we've got the cam, and we've got obviously the normal front three. You have the 4-3-3. So obviously it's different to the default version. If I go to the default one here, which is just a flat midfield, this one's the more attacking version. You've got some of CDMs. So like I said, most attacking version of the 4-3-3. We're going to suit that with attacking tactics. Let's get into it. So defensive style, going to be sticking with balanced. Using a press can work well, but on this formation, your players do have to do quite a lot of running. You don't have CDM backing up your midfield, your defense. So I don't really like to play on a press this formation. It works well on some formations, formations with more midfield perhaps, but not really on this formation as much. I don't know why, it just doesn't seem to work. So we're going to be sticking with balanced. Width we're going to use 40 to make it slightly narrower when you're defending, makes it harder for your opponents to break through. For the depth, we're going to be using 60, playing quite a high line, but not a too high line. And we've got the automatic offside trap because we're going to be very vulnerable in the counter attack. It's quite an attacking formation already. There's no CDMs. There's not even left mids or right mids. Your wingers are quite high up the pitch. You want the defensive help you can get. So we're not playing a too low line that the opposition just have possession all the time, but not too high either. So nice balance of 60. Build up play, we're going to be using fast build up. It works really well passing it around those midfielders, getting it to your cams and then making through balls to your left winger, your right winger or your striker. For the chance creation, we're going to back that up with direct passing, by far the most major thing to use this year. I've used direct passing on pretty much every single formation this year, especially with the attacking ones. It works just so well. It's quite self-explanatory. But it's pretty much just getting the ball straight to your attackers as quickly as possible. Direct passes, direct through balls, works well. For the width, we're going to use 50 to try and keep the shape of the formation. No point in ruining it by pushing it out too wide. It will mess the shape up, and your wing is going to be too far wide, right up against the touchline. That's going to be out of the game. For players in box, we're using 6 to push more players forward into the opposition box. Corners on 2. And free kicks on 2. Overloading the box is probably the most important thing to do this year, which is why we're pushing players into the box. That is why, because it sort of gives you more opportunities. Pass it around the opposition box, inside their box. It makes it much harder for them to defend, and you can get goals and shots away, get more chances. So your striker, I recommend stay central, get him behind, stay forward. Get him behind works really well with the forward runs. Stay forward. You've got a cam just behind your striker. You don't need your striker dropping back to defend. Stay central, staying in the centre of the pitch in line with the opposition goal. In his sort of main position and not drifting that wide. You always want the striker in the right position. You don't want him to drift out wide because you need to find him at all times with the through ball. Cam, sit him just behind the striker, stay forward to help out the striker and get into the box across to ensure he's always overloading the box and not just sometimes. If he's sitting on the edge, it can become quite a pain, so you want him always in the box, overloading that box, making it harder for the opposition. Left wing and right wing, for these I just recommend leaving completely default. If you want to get into the box across, you can do, but personally I just like to leave my wingers default. I sort of feel like I'm messing them up a bit when I change them, especially if cut inside. A lot of people think cut inside works well. I prefer to cut inside manually. If you're making cut inside runs, it's not too great, and it sort of changes the shape of the formation, bringing it in narrower. You really want those left wingers and right wingers to make it crosses into the box rather than cut inside, and you can do cutting inside runs manually when you're actually on the ball rather than just as runs, which the AI are going to make for you. So wingers default, 2 centre mids. I recommend cover centre on both of them so they're not drifting that wide, they're staying in their position, and just leave the other 2 default. If you want to stay on edge of box across to make sure they're not going into the box, otherwise they're going to be drawn to our position, you can. But personally, centre mids are just default for me with cover centre. 2 centre backs, always leave default, never change your centre backs, it really does mess them up. Full-backs, I recommend stay up while attacking on this formation. If you want to play your attacking fullbacks, if you've got very good attacking fullbacks who are very fast as well, then I recommend balanced attack or overlap. But most people, I recommend you stay back while attacking instead, because you already got wingers. You don't need your fullbacks out wide necessarily. It's not a narrow formation. You want the extra defensive help, and your left wing and right wing are quite far up the pitch, so you want to stay back while attacking. But if you really want your fullbacks overlapping, make sure they're on overlapping for the run type and a balanced attack. And then lastly, for your goalkeeper, comes the crosses. So your keeper's coming off his line more to defend corners and crosses. And of course, sweeper keeper, being more aggressive, coming outside his box and challenging the opponent for loose balls, as it says right here, and through balls. Your keeper's just pretty much been more of a sweeper keeper, self-explanatory once again. So many people skip over goalkeeper instructions, but comes across it and sweeper keeper are important. That's everything for today's video, guys. The 4-3-3 fourth variant, the most attacking variant, matching the custom tactics of today's video. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day. It would be greatly appreciated if you could subscribe. It really helps me out. But thank you for watching anyway. Let me know in the comments if you've got any questions or tips or anything like that, and I'll reply as quickly as possible. Thank you and goodbye.